No, you say your thing. I was going to say, why are you outside?
How did you get outside? How did you get outside?
Oh, Rocky.
Welcome back to Breaking Cars. Today, we're going to see if we can strip this car and make $1 billion.
What we're actually going to do is we're going to take the ECU and the loom and see if we can save my dad's car, and with the remaining parts, see if we can turn a profit.
And buy a cheeseburger.
Catch you next time. Bye. We were giving up.
By default, everyone's going to be like, why are you buying a whole car to save it?
That's the point. That's literally the point. Why the would you buy a whole car to buy a loom and an ECU? It's like, well, guess what, we saved my dad's car and made $2,000. So suck these nuts.
Dude, we'll just use that.
No, but that's the whole thing. It's just like everyone's going to be like, yeah, I bought a whole car to take all the panels, the seats and the bonnet, then I threw the rest in the bin. Like even Chris Fix took everything of use. We're literally taking a loom and an ECU, which makes people go, what the f***? But we're going to still make some bank. Dude, little spider too.
Ready?
Yes. I flicked it into its web. I didn't even do animal cruelty. I'm such a nice person.
Yeah,
but he's gonna get squashed when we're like rattle gunning the car to pieces. Sorry. Say hello to my little and my big friend. This 1/4-inch man and this 1/2-inch man. We're gonna pull this car apart, man. We're going. That's how you do. That's it. You're not meant to follow me, I'm meant to leave the shot. So very important when doing an operation like this is having power tools. A little 1/4-inch drive like this, or a 1/2-inch impact like this. So Japanese cars are predominantly consistent of 10mm bolts. There's thousands and thousands of them. So that's where this one comes in handy, 10s and 12s. But if you've got big suspension bolts to take off, 17s, 19s, 21s, this is where this comes in handy, which has a fair bit more torque. Just can't get into tight places like this one can. So having both of these in your arsenal, very helpful. Cars are complex beings with thousands of components. The process of pulling apart a car like Lego helps you build confidence of what is going on underneath the wrapper.
Pulling apart a car that doesn't have to go back together can be approached with a little less caution. It is also much easier when the car you're pulling apart doesn't have much inherent value.
We're going to start at the front of the car and work our way back. Removal of certain parts depend on others being off first. Like for example, the front quarters have to be off before getting to the door hinge bolts.
Doors can be very heavy, so it's a good idea to support the weight of the door before removing the bolts on the hinge. Remember to unplug wiring beforehand as well. A general approach to stripping a car is remove any bolts you can see, give the part a pull, and if it doesn't come off, look for the bolt you forgot. It's a good idea to get a copy of the service manual for the car if this is your first time too.
A couple easy accessories to remove on this motor are the alternator and starter motor. These sell really easily as they fail often and are common to do so in older cars. Both of these can be removed with just 2 bolts. Dad's Celica refused to start due to an electrical fault. We were quoted very high amounts from auto electricians to get this car running. We also found spare parts for this model very scarce, but there is also a level of uncertainty that comes with second-hand electronics. This risk was taken out of the equation as we had a running parts car with no faults of any kind. A braking car's safety tip is to keep that steering wheel hub nut a couple turns on so when you King Kong that wheel off, it doesn't smack you in the face.
So much like the internet meme, the 10mm bolt is the one that always goes missing. So it's a really good idea to have a tin with all your 10mm and everything else.
Some parts take up more room than they're worth, so we're throwing away some items that might be worth some money, but isn't worth storing until they sell.
Let me just be a chimp for a second.
Okay, just talk. You want to look like a chubby pumpkin?
Let me just like drag my knuckles because I'm a chimp.
You actually put your hands on top of the thing.
I was gonna say that's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
if you lean on
exactly.
it, it'll probably it'll hang. Yeah,
So,
true.
now talk.
True.
I'm pregnant. The good news is we ended up saving my dad's car, and he loves that car very much, so we can't put a price on it. But if we were to put a price on it, the car would have been worth about $3,000 less as a non-running car.
Now, in addition to that, we've also managed to take off roughly $2,000 worth of parts, which we can now sell and recoup our costs.
So is it economically viable to buy an entire car just for 3 parts? Yes, it is.
Catch you next time on Breaking Cars.